draw weapons on comrades. Look around you. This is your family.
Show's over. Get out of here.
Be gentle. Of course. These are bad for you, you know.
I'll
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back yet again to another edition of the Comicsgate Commandos, number 60. Oh, yeah. Well, before we get into it, folks, because we're once we get into it, we're whoosh, is the sound effect that it makes when we get into it. It goes whoosh. I would be remiss if I did not mention that in the mail this week, and maybe last week, and I forgot to say it, I got several Comicsgate books. I heard that doesn't happen. I heard Comicsgate people don't deliver books, so it was kind of a shock to me. We've got Battle Brick Road. By the way, I'm just showing you one of the covers that I got from all these people because I have several covers. Battle Brick Road 2 right here by Eric Weathers. Fantastic stuff. We've got, this is my favorite cover of this, Cordrath. Right here from Andy Smith, who we had on the show a couple months ago, I would say. Great stuff. Fantastic. I have not yet read any of these, just so you guys know. I'm saying great stuff to the covers. And we have Blood and Sword issue 2 by our very own Commando, Richard Ombre. Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic stuff. I'm honestly shocked. 3 books in 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on here. They're not supposed to deliver. I'm supposed to pay them money and then nothing ever happens. And, then all the haters are proven right. The, what is the BA called them? Agitators. The agitators. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's a wonderful evening. I got kicked in the head earlier at training. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm still going to be as weird and normal as I normally am. Let me bring on my co-hosts for this evening. Carbon Hart. What's up, Carbon? How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. We're back. Hail. Good evening. Hail to the chat. Hail CG. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Anything new, other than the current stream of drama going on?
Controversies all around. We'll talk about the latest current events, CG, and maybe politics, maybe social politics. But I myself, personally, I'm good.
Good.
No catastrophes.
Hey, just a quick question, because the people, especially the women in the audience, really want to know. There was that one time you weren't able to come on the stream, and you said everything was okay, and we all figured what was going on. Are things like okay, or like are they even more okay now, or how's
talking about when I had to leave at 10 p.m. sharp?
Oh no, it was the time you couldn't come on at all, and I was like, dude, are you okay? And you're like, oh, dude, I'm okay. You don't remember this?
It's been a few times I had to duck out, nature, forces of nature affect me.
Right.
I'll put it that way.
Natural manly drives. Well, here we have, ladies and gentlemen, our second co-host this evening, Frederick Command, who's got me on a speaker. I can hear my voice. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
What do I sound like? Oh, I sound horrible. Frederick, what?
Nobody likes the sound of their own voice.
No, it's terrible. I sound like a dink. Don't ever do that again. Have you ever I've watched? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, what's happening there, Frederick? Time for some headphones.
He made me take the Lord's name in vain. You see what's happened here? That's going on your permanent record. Your permanent record, Frederick, not mine. All right. Well, since he's gone for a second fixing that stuff, let me bring on our very special guest for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is, in fact, Lady Mandy Summers. What's up, Mandy?
You got it.
Welcome,
Mandy.
Look, I'm a commando.
What's that?
I'm a commando.
You got to come on at least twice to be a commando.
Well, what commando in training?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
You're in commando boot camp.
The hat you're wearing is not going to work for the military.
No, it's not.
Sorry.
It's Foxy.
That's
You're
not.
gonna need a hard shell hat.
That he hides in the closet and don't ask, don't tell.
That's that doesn't apply in the commandos. We're asking, and we're going to be telling.
Okay.
It's okay. You're in training. You don't know yet. You don't know the
That.
rules.
Yeah, I have to learn. I have to learn these things.
Yeah. Another rule that you should abide by, and if you don't abide by it, I'll kick you off my stream, is that we do not speak positively of Pearl Jam. You can think whatever you want. You can think.
Oh, okay. I'm
okay
okay with that.
You just can't speak it out loud.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's see if Frederick can correct it.
Hi, Fred. No. Oh, no.
Turn it off and back on again.
You're making me not want to talk, and I've got to talk. Well, okay. Well, let's say hello to the chat. We got some new people in here that I think come from Mandy here. So let's say hello. Well, we got Mandy right here. Hello, Mandy.
Yes. Hello.
We've got Adam Weber. What's up, brother? How you doing? We got Grim Jim. He says, saps trench into the CG Commandos lines. I'm sorry. Saps trench into the CG Commandos lines. Ah, here they are. Hail, brothers. What's up, Grim Jim? He's British, you see, Mandy. That's why
I have a really good British accent that Peter taught me.
Oh, my God. I want to hear this so badly. Wait, okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring up a chat from one of your guys, and I want you to read it in the British accent. So
Okay.
we'll say hello to Hansel. How you doing, man? And we've got Big Papa Thrills. Hail, Mandy. Hail, CG Commandos. And then Mandy, what does he say here?
I usually catch Mandy on Twitch, but she said she's going to be here tonight. I hit the subscribe button on the way in. I sound just like Peter.
Just like
I'm gonna
Peter.
give you an E for effort on that one, Mandy.
You close your eyes. There's no difference.
I sound just like Peter. I learned from the best.
Oh my God. Peter really hates my I've got a British accent I do where it's like the he calls it the gay man British accent.
Oh.
So it's like let's see here. I usually catch Mandy on Twitch, but she said she's going to be here tonight. I hit the subscribe button on the way in.
You sound like a fancy butler.
Thank you. See, I didn't think it was gay.
Well, what Peter doesn't
so
want to
fancy.
admit is that, in general, the British accent for men, they have higher pitched voices. They're a little dandier than us Americans.
Right.
They don't want to admit that.
You know what he would say? He'd say, "Oh, fuck off, mate." That's what he
Yeah.
would say, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do his accent. He's got a weird one. Like I can't seem to get his one down.
He holds back. I've heard him do his real accent. He kind of Americanizes his accent, or you couldn't hardly understand what the hell he's saying. I've heard his real accent. It's very British.
So it's much okay.
It's like blood pudding, beans, and toast. Like British. It's a whole level. So
awesome. Well, no, there he is. Okay, sorry. I didn't know if he was. How you doing, Frederick?
Test.
Yeah. Hey, there's no echo.
Okay. Wow. StreamYard really hates me.
Frederick, what were you doing like 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, you were fine.
Every day. It was fine yesterday as well. Like every day I have a new issue with StreamYard. It's like it stopped working the sound in Chrome. Chrome is usually the best for StreamYard. It's the one browser that's recommended, right? And that's the one I've been running for about a year. And it stopped working a couple of weeks ago. And I've been on Firefox. And now it's giving me issues every day.
Huh.
Oh, no.
Well, I use
Speaking of
Brave.
issues,
I don't know if that helps
I
at
got
all.
some issues as well. Yeah.
We have a big hiss coming from your
Yeah.
mic, Frederick.
Okay,
Try
let me
turning
try.
down the gain like 20%,
Will do.
and just talk louder and closer to the mic so that we could.
Oh.
That should probably do the trick.
Yeah.
Or
Like
just
if you talk like this, really close to the mic, it'll be fine.
You can try to make your voice sound real sexy while you do it, though. It helps.
Exactly.
It helps. Peter, don't be mad at me. You know you taught me this accent, and it's beautiful.
Wait, is he here? He's in the chat.
He heard us.
Oh,
Love you,
no.
Peter.
I was hoping he wouldn't hear me say any of that stuff.
He
no,
heard.
Peter's a good guy. We got nothing bad to say about him.
I mean, I've got things that I could say that are bad about him, but I'm kidding.
Except, well, you heard about England. One of the newest things, they declared by law that a biological man cannot be called a woman. That a woman has to be biologically female to be called a woman. Which I was shocked
Way
about.
to go, England! Yay.
Yeah. They figured out
for
basic
them.
biology. Wow.
Right? Good.
One
for
step in the
them.
right direction, because
Mhm.
next they're gonna have to say no more Muslims. That's gonna have to be the next step.
Yeah. Mm.
And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. The Comicsgate Commandos number 60. No more Muslims.
I
We're
mean,
done
coming
with
across
them.
across the border.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay, how's this? Is
Oh.
it too sexy?
I mean,
That's pretty sexy. It sounded
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
All
You sound kind of like an
right.
NPR guy, but you gotta use your diaphragm, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's okay. We'll get there. Wrangler here says a whole lot of hola. What's up, Wrangler? How you doing, man?
Hey.
Thanks for being
Hello,
here.
Amanda.
The Squid salutes. Thank you, Squid, for being here. The Squid is
Frederick,
actually.
maybe just try. Maybe while you're not talking, just have it on mute, and then when you're gonna talk. do
Oh,
that.
you're still getting a hiss?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
we
little
still
hit.
got
Yeah.
that.
You got a really active air conditioner.
We're gonna have to raise money for a new mic for Frederick.
That's right. No, wait a minute. Frederick's loaded. We all know Frederick's loaded. It's okay.
Oh, he's got that Bitcoin. Yeah,
he's got
fuck
that Bitcoin wealth.
Oh,
you know
Yeah,
what
buy a
I'm
new
yeah.
mic.
saying?
I didn't know that he was into Bitcoin. Yeah, I like chicken nuggets too.
I lost it out in a boating accident.
Oh, right. Who knows where it is now? We've got, let's see here. Did I say hello to Hansel Hauser? Hello, Hansel. Thank you for being
Hi,
here.
Hansel.
We've got Pawn Shop Pimp. He says, "Hail Mandy, let's fucking go." Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. We got Tenkage. He says, "Tree and punk rock sign." Very nice indeed. We've got Catalyst Vault. Sup, CG. Yes. See, the Comicsgate Commandos are so perfectly CG that he doesn't even need to call us the Commandos. He just knows this is CG. The thick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like the slums, except we're a lot more classy. So we're not in the slums. We're in like the suburbs.
Yeah, I like that. I like the suburbs.
Yeah, the suburbs are much better.
Much, yeah.
We got Asian O, the Time Outlaw. Smash the like, he says. Yes, please. Thank you. And subscribe to this channel if you like what we're doing here, folks. If you don't like what we're doing here, still subscribe to the channel. I don't really care. We've got Skeleton Core Comics. Hail Commandos. Hail Comicsgate. Women in the audience doubt, he says. Yeah, okay. All right.
We got a couple, maybe about
Yeah.
0.5%.
Jamie's here
Of
from
the
time
audience.
to time. Jamie, where are you? We've got, trying to prove him wrong. We've got the Squid. Ah, the echo makes you even more of a twink. I didn't mean to read that. We've
Wow.
got Adam Weber says Mandy.
Hey, Adam.
Just 2 crowns there.
We actually have the highest percent of a female audience in Comicsgate because 2 out of 10 are female. So that's 20% of our audience is actually female.
That's good numbers.
That's
Yeah.
right.
See?
That's good.
10. That's
less
good.
is more. Remember, less is more.
Mm-hmm. Quality, not quantity.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Thank God for per capita. We've got Glass Machine. What's up, man? He says, Mandy.
Hi.
Everybody's just saying your name. They're just saying your name over and over. They're not even saying hello. Hail chat, he says. Let's see
The allure
here.
of blonde hair. I thought you were going back to brunette, Mandy. What happened with that?
This fall, I'm gonna stay blonde over the summer, and then I'm going fall colors during fall.
So you're gonna have as much fun this summer as possible.
Yeah, because blondes.
As a
Yeah,
blonde.
exactly.
Okay.
And then by fall, I'm gonna get me a pair of glasses. I'm gonna start doing the like naughty librarian look.
Well,
I think
no, don't
start
do
carrying
that.
some books.
books.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Mhm.
You're gonna do
Yeah, I like
sweater
that.
vests and stuff too.
Oh, so yeah, maybe.
Well, maybe
She's
with
like
a
stuffing
diamond.
sweater vest. No.
Well,
Of
with
course
a
not.
diamond cut out on the chest, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you gotta have the
Nice.
boob window. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
It's a good look.
Oh man. Speaking of boobs, actually, Peter was asking if I could ask you if you could reduce your boob size, and I told him I would never do something like that. So, I just have to take it up with him, I guess. Where is he on Twitter? I guess I don't see his post at all.
He's in the chat.
maybe I'm not further along enough. Wodenshot says, "Is this the Cool Kids stream?" Yes, thank you for being here, Wodenshot, and not for being on Anna or EVS's stream right now.
How dare he?
Shot.
Oh no, there he is.
What's up,
Hey.
Wodenshot? Good to see you.
It
And
is
Peter
good.
Gilmore.
Yeah, Wodenshot's hip to it. He knows things that other people don't have any.
Oh yeah,
any
no, he's
feeling of.
in the know.
Yeah.
He's an owl, so he's very wise.
Mm-hmm. He's always watching. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to. He watches and listens and.
Yeah, and he knows how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Yes, he does.
How do you know that, Mandy?
Because he's an owl.
Everybody.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Owls know that.
How did I get that joke and you didn't, Carbon?
No, I made another. You didn't get what I was saying.
I know what you were saying.
Well, anyway, Peter Gilmore is here. He says, I can hear all of you butt monkeys. Oh my gosh, I can't do his accent at all. I'm so bad. Oh God. Okay, we're moving on. We've got stop posting so I can get. Okay, everybody. Here we go. Oh, we got Tank Ferret. What's up, Tank Ferret? How you doing, man? Oh, we got Belmont. What's up?
Hey guys.
How you doing? And yes, after summer she becomes Mindy Winters.
That's true.
All right, here we go. Immortal Rising. What's up, man? How you doing? Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody who's here. And thank you all the people who are here who are in Mandy's chat. I appreciate it. So let's just get right into it, Mandy.
Yes.
Okay, so was Wart the Wizard your first Comicsgate comic book?
It was. Yeah, my very, very first out the gate was Wart the Wizard.
So walk us through, like, how did you, I guess I'm stealing Carbon's question again. I'm sorry, Carbon, but how did you hear about Comicsgate? What got you into it? And how did all that lead up to Wart the Wizard?
Okay, so it's kind of odd how I found it. I had the first comic book I ever read, right? Like when I was teeny tiny, was a Rainbow Bright. It was Rainbow Bright and the Star Stealers. And so I don't know, maybe about 9 months before I found Comicsgate, they had started a new run of Rainbow Bright. Like Dynamite had started a new run of Rainbow Bright. And I thought, what a cool way to get my daughter like reading comics. You know, I'll get her reading Rainbow Bright the same way I did. So we started getting them, and I would go and like, you know, every month get the new one or whatever. We got about like, I don't know, like 9 in, maybe 8 or 9 in, and they got like canceled and it wasn't coming out anymore. And I was like, I mean, I'll be honest, it kind of sucked. It wasn't very good. But so I kind of like went on to Google I was trying to buy the next one. And
what year was this? I'm sorry.
Oh shit. This would have been maybe 2018, 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. So I started trying to find out why, like what happened to it. And apparently there was the thing that I didn't know about because I was at that time what I would call like a normie. There was woke. And I found out that that's why it got canceled, because it sucked that it was woke. And I mean, like I said, I knew it sucked, but I didn't know, like, and I knew all the shit was starting to suck, but I didn't know that like there was a group of people that all agreed that it sucked. I thought that it was just, well, this is the world and I'm a weirdo because I don't like it or whatever. So I started looking like, and somehow I ended up like down this rabbit hole where I came across your boy Zach and all of the stuff that was going on with him and Mark Waid. And through that, you know, it just kind of trailed back to comics. I didn't even have a Twitter. Like I had to make a Twitter to do this. So I followed, you know, the breadcrumbs basically. And I ended up watching like, an Ethan stream, and then I found like John Malin, and then it just kind of like, and then I started watching those, and I was like, this is really freaking cool. This is like they're saying everything that I've been saying, but they're doing it like publicly. They have like a platform to say it, and yeah, I thought, how freaking cool is this? I want to be a part of it. So I kind of like, I'm not an artist by any means, But I thought the coolest thing in the world, if I can't give her a good Rainbow Bright comic, I could make her a comic. So that's kind of what I did. I drew it myself. I did everything on it myself. I learned how to do everything on it because I didn't know how to do like print files or anything like that, but or how to panel stuff out. But I taught myself how to do it, and came out with Wart the Wizard that did incredibly well, all things considered. It did really, really, really well. And I just kind of fell in love with the community and, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Very nice. There's a little article here on what's the website here? The Splintering. I don't know if you've seen this. It's kind of just a quick interview of you to a degree. And this is one of the things that I found interesting. It says, "Is Wart the Wizard a children's book?" And you said yes and no. Wart the Wizard is a fun, adventure-filled tale that is age-appropriate for everyone. The humor is similar to that of Shrek or other Disney Pixar films, which is like, and it's kind of similar to SpongeBob, where like the adults will get it, but it's not in kids' faces like a lot of the stuff these days.
Right. Yeah. And that's how it was written to be that way, because I knew going into this that my audience, who I would be selling this to, was it was adults. You know what I'm saying? It was all pretty much adults. But the one I was writing this for was my little girl. So I wanted to make sure that the people that backed the book would have, because it was very much based off of like video games. I've always been like huge into like King's Quest, Leisure Suit Larry, and games like that. So it was very much written in that way, because I've never seen a comic book do that before. And I thought it would be really cool to incorporate both of those things into my book. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that like the adults that read it would be able to find stuff that they really liked and thought was funny. But at the same time, they would be able to sit down and actually read it with their kids if they wanted to. Because, most of us do have, or a lot of us have kids, in Comicsgate. So I thought it would be cool to have a book that, you could actually sit down and read with your little ones if you felt like it. So, yeah.
Awesome. Is there any, is there going to be a second one?
There already was a second one. And this 2026, I'm planning on coming out with the third issue of Wart the Wizard. So, yeah, and it's going to be a little bit like almost a little bit like Harry Potter in a way where you know how the first Harry Potter is really, really, really kidified, but then by the end it gets a little bit darker every year that they, you know what I mean? Every year it gets a little bit darker. That's kind of my plan with Wart the Wizard. It's going to start getting a little bit darker, still totally fine to read with your little ones, still perfectly aged, all ages and everything. But I do plan for it to get a little bit darker every time, because Wart's leveling up in the book. He's not like growing up or anything. He's an adult, but he is leveling up in the book. And, getting more powers and stuff like that. He's still not growing a beard, because I refuse to give him that. But yeah, he's getting more powers as as he.
Why can't he have a beard?
Well, the whole thing. So the whole book, like the whole thing, is if you are respected as a wizard, you should have like this majestic like wizard beard, right? And that is the whole thing that Wart's trying to do in book one. Is he just wants the beard. He doesn't care if he's a good wizard. He just wants the beard so people will quit making fun of him and calling him like a gimp and stuff like that. So the whole time he's trying to get a hold of a beard. And yeah, like he finally gets one hair when he grows up, but then he like burns it off accidentally with a fireball. So like he just can't grow a beard. So everybody like aggravates and messes with him and teases him because he does not have wizard beard. And Grave Moss, who is the bad guy, so nobody dies in Wart the Wizard. I did not want to go that route where, like characters actually die. But when they do die, they either come back as like a skeleton or like a zombie. So they always come back, but they're not really dead. So like Grave Moss, he came back kind of skeleton out. and he lost his beard because now he's like a skeleton. So he doesn't have his beard anymore. So he's called a grave moss now because he grabbed like this thing of moss off of his grave, and he wears that as his beard. So he still has his wizard beard, but it's just moss that was growing on the side of his grave.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when is there gonna? You're like you embarrassed me too on my own stream. Well, there's already a second one. No, I feel stupid about that. But when is there going to be like a So when you start the third one, is there going to be a catch up tiers to get the 1 and 2?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, I especially with I always try to do catch up tiers on my campaigns, but especially with this one that has been kind of put on hiatus for such a period of time. Absolutely. I'm even probably going to do like a put both 1 and 2 together, and you can, with a new cover or something, you can get it that way. Yeah, I'm going to definitely make sure that everybody can, catch up on the book, because you can read them and get a perfectly good story, but they were kind of made to go together, because it starts off, he's a, level 1 wizard. So, if you want to watch him level up and get the spells, and each book starts with an item. Like in Wart the Wizard 1, it starts off in Wart the Wizard, he finds items and then figures out how to use them in the book, and they're random items throughout the book that he's going to find. And like in the very beginning of Wart the Wizard, what he has in his inventory is a cupcake. But to know where that cupcake came from, you would have to read the ash can that John Hayes did, which was Nan the Necromancer. But if you read Nan the Necromancer, you'll see exactly where that cupcake come from, and you'll see that it's not an ordinary cupcake. There's some, it was made by Nan the Necromancer. So you can imagine there's some fuckery involved with this.
You put toenails or something in it.
And it does actually get used in the book, and some bandits get a hold of that cup. They take Wart's cupcake from them. So yeah.
Just a real quick thing I'd like to say. Look, it's like this. The people who are agitating in my chat, I'm doing a show here where I'm trying to be positive and talk about a creator here. You can fuck around if you want. That's not what happens on this show. Like, you fuck around like that, you get removed. End of story. Like, I don't you can do whatever you want on your show. I don't do that here on my show. So please stop fucking around. We're just having a good time. We're talking about comic books. We're talking about Mandy's career in comic books. And that's really all it comes down to. I don't need any of your fucking stupid bullshit drama. Okay.
I missed this. I wasn't looking.
That's
at the
because
chat.
I'm removing them.
They like
I
to follow me. It makes them feel like big men with like big dicks, and they can like follow me around. It's
like
not
this.
stalkery at all by any means. But they enjoy following me around. It's kind of creepy, but they're too stupid to realize it's creepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. But
also, like, as a piece of advice, if you're trying to like slide under the radar, maybe don't put Satan in your actual name. Like, that's an instant like, wait a minute, I don't want this guy commenting here. It's an instant. Okay, Peter says technically. Sorry, go ahead, Carmen.
Yeah, to any of our friends in the chat that want to be fucking around, it's funny because I enjoy it. It's fun to see people trying to fight with us. Click like and subscribe, please, and share tweet out the stream so that bring all your goons. We want more viewers in the chat. Bring all your cronies to the chat. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you can, most of the time I'm willing to I'm willing to read the things you have to say, but I'm just not in the mood tonight. I told you guys earlier I got kicked in the head. Okay, I'm not in the mood for your bullshit. So Peter says, technically there's already 3 books because there was a free Christmas special too.
There was, yes.
That's also the British spelling of cause there. In other words, the incorrect spelling.
Yes.
And let me say hello to some people who have popped in since we started. I guess I could say hello to Peter. Patrick looks like G.I. Joe if Joe was gay. You're banned now. Ban him, mods. Art Haida says, a lot of us found you, boy, in the early days, back when he had more good takes than bad.
Mm.
And then Well Read, hello, Well Read, says who or what. Now I don't know what that's in reference to, but Well Read's here, so
Hey, Wilbur.
thank you for being here, Well Read. And so is B.A. Turner. What's up, B.A.? How you doing, man?
Hey, shout out,
Hi.
B.
All right.
Your boy
So, Mandy,
Zach
what-
has been getting
ahead.
better lately though. He had a pretty dry spell for a while where like he was starting to get retarded, but now he's starting to bounce back and get a little more fiery. You know what I mean? Actually calling out people on their bullshit and
Yeah.
getting things right. So
He's
coming
got that
back.
dog back in him.
Yay.
Yeah.
We've got Ulmer Glitch. He says, hello all. Hail the mighty chat. Hello, Ulmer Glitch. Welcome
Hey,
back.
Homer.
I remember
Hey,
you from
hon.
before.
We had him on Proof of Comics last night.
Oh,
Did you? I'm
nice.
sorry I missed it.
Yeah, good times.
It was probably, more enjoyable with your mic working. I see how it is. Your show, you make your mic work. My show, you're like, fuck it.
Is it still effed up right now, or how's it?
No, actually,
no, it's actually really good. It's
Okay,
good
so
now.
I switched up an adapter, so I think that's the issue.
Oh,
there you go.
There you go.
it worked.
Yeah. You can turn yourself up, by the way, about 20%.
All right.
That'll be
They
fine.
may be
There
trying
is-
to have the sensual sound,
well, he's got to get.
Wow,
He's got to get really close to the mic.
I'm going
That-
to bring out
Talk
my
like
French
that.
accent a little bit more. 10%
Yes,
French,
yes.
How's that?
Uh-oh. You coaxed out the Frenchman now.
I need a cigarette all of a sudden.
Carbon's getting jealous. All the women are normally about him. Now they're like, oh, wait a minute,
It's
Frederick.
competition.
I'll tell you
Wow.
something about the French. I'll tell you something about the French, though. They eat
Oh,
snails. They eat snails. So the breath,
Delicious
I don't know
snails.
about that.
Escargot.
Oh man, that the French. Okay, what
With
you're eating
garlic
snails?
butter.
What's to say you're not gonna just move on down to crickets? Once the WEF is like, hey man, cricket hamburgers, don't
Hey.
you like these? Your people are gonna be like, wee.
Listen, there's a difference between a delicacy and a retarded take on cuisine.
Well, it's still better than the Chinese.
Fine.
That's
So
for
very
damn sure.
fine. So Mandy, what? I got to scroll off this one. I know who made this, and it's
Yeah.
anyway. I'll never believe what anybody says. This is my one little rant for the rest of the night. I'll never believe what anybody says about his art. It's sloppy, and if he put in some effort, it might be super, super good. But it's sloppy. And I'm not trying to shit on your comic book. I'm just saying.
No, dude.
I literally feel like Mugatu from Zoolander. Like I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when people are like, "Oh, he's super good. Like his art's really good." It's like, no, it's not though. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I will lose my mind about that. Anyway,
Patrick, I have to take this chance to say we actually have 130 people watching us right now.
like actually, or like because last time I was really stoked.
Actually, which is pretty crazy. So
Oh wow!
if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to Patrick's channel and
Thank you,
tweet out,
Mandy.
welcome everybody. It's great to have you here, man.
It is really great to have you guys here. I appreciate it. So Mandy, what was the most people, they write about the things that they love the most. Why did you start with kind of the medieval fantasy thing for Wart the Wizard?
I already had like a story kind of written for that. I had been telling my daughter stories that I had made up about Wart the Wizard since she was, oh my gosh, like maybe 2, maybe a little bit younger than that. So I had already been like working on stories with it. And like I said, I needed something that would be really, really fun for me to write. And like I said, it was already pretty much done. So I could just take some of the funner parts and make it into a book. I needed something that fit my artwork, which is not great. I'm not an artist. And then also I wanted something that, like I said, I really wanted it to be for her. I was not expecting to make lots of comics. I thought this was going to be like kind of a one and done, just a cool, hi, Comicsgate, I'm here, and just come out with a book. And then, I wasn't expecting really it to get big or anything. So I wanted it to be, for her. So that was pretty much why I went with that. I mean, I love fantasy. I've always played like D&D, and I mean that is like my favorite genre anyways. But yeah, and like I said, I added video game aspect to it as well. But I've always loved fantasy, and I wanted it to be for her. So that's what I went with.
Very nice. So have you, because I know you play video games too on Twitch and everything, have you considered doing the Oblivion remaster? Do you like Elder Scrolls at all?
I do. I love Elder Scrolls. I'm torn. Like right now, I've been doing a lot of like online stuff. So I tried to do stuff where the people in the audience can come and play with me. And Oblivion's been, I don't remember what it was, but I know that some people are kind of complaining about it. And I don't know what's messed up with it, but I know that I can't remember what it was that I read now, but I know that there's something up with it. And so I have not.
There's nothing up with it.
There's nothing.
No, I can tell you.
People bitch just
they do.
And I never know if it's real or if it's not.
Well, there was one thing they raised was the body type 1, body type 2.
That's it. If you're that's literally, and it literally doesn't matter. It's still funny because you only have 2 body types. We already, we talked about this last week. Like, literally,
that's their bitch.
I will tell you, and I'm very I'm hypersensitive to these things. Like I notice them and mark them down, and then decide if they're worthwhile. And the only things I've noticed are body type 1, body type 2, and character creation screen, which is like, well, you still only have 2 body types, so gotcha, bitch. Like,
yeah,
you lose either way. And then secondly, there's some characters that have like kind of what I would describe as ebonic voice actors.
Oh yeah,
like modern, with the shaved side of the head kind of thing, and you're like, okay, but they're always like tertiary, like less than tertiary characters. What's the fourth of that? What's the adjective for the fourth? I don't know. Quadrutiary?
Nobody knows. But be careful with the word ebonics. Gotta be careful with the word ebonics.
Why? Is that a bad word I can't say?
Because ebonics comes from the word ebony.
Oh,
so you're being very, very specific there.
Yes, horribly.
The game I'm looking forward to is GTA 6, probably.
Dude, yeah, I think everybody is like so waiting for it. So there's that one I'm waiting on, and Fable. I love Fable. I'm slightly concerned about what they're gonna do with it. But I have been on streams where I've heard what the people are bitching about with it, and it's obvious to me that the ones that are bitching about it did not play the originals, didn't play 1 through 3 at all. So I'm kind of waiting on Fable to come out because that is one of my favorite game series. So I'm patiently waiting on that to come out.
Never got into that one. I know that Twinks like that one a lot.
Wow. God damn. Thank God I've never played that game.
You're safe.
That's
females,
safe, baby.
Course, it's fine for females.
Oh, man. No, but Mandy, if you're thinking about doing a Twitch Oblivion, since it's the hot thing right now, obviously, I would recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it a lot. Who is it that said that there? Somebody said that the women look less. Oh, Art Hyde said apparently some of the chicks look less attractive, but I think their modelers might just suck. Really, what it comes down to is it's a remaster of a 20-year-old game.
Right.
So everything kind of like sucks to a particular degree. It's not like up to modern day AAA standards, but then you play the game and you're like, oh my God, like everything else about this game is vastly superior to the modern game. So it actually kind of ends up being part of that Bethesda, like it's funny because it's kind of a little bit shitty,
Right. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I will probably end up playing that. Right now I'm kind of addicted to Final Fantasy 14. So that's kind of
14?
Yeah, the online.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. How deep into that are you?
Well, I'm on I think there's how many expansions have come out now? 5 or 6 expansions. I am into the 3rd one, and I have a level 94 white mage which is a healer, and then I have a 80 Reaper, so I'll run around with a scythe and kill people with that. And well, I mean, I have so many classes. I jump around. I've got like a 60 something bard, and I mean, but I'm really into that right now. So that's kind of where all my time has, as far as gaming has been, all of my time has been going into Final Fantasy.
Peter says, I started playing the RoboCop game recently. So good. Thank you for your cooperation. Yes.
Love that game.
Peter won't play
so
games
good.
with me. He won't play games with me no more because he has a problem with listening to where I tell him to go. And when we were playing Skyrim together, he would not listen, and I knew where all the secrets were. And I'm like, no, you need to go here because it has a book and it's going to give you like strength, and go up here because that's where the charisma book is, and go. And he wouldn't listen, and he ran off, and he got stuck in a cave, and the bandits got him. And now he won't play games with me no more.
When you're playing a video game, you don't really want to get nagged while you're playing the game, you know. So
it wasn't. I was helping him. He refuses to accept the help that I was giving him. I was giving him sound advice, and he would not listen.
That sounds like a man right there.
Chris, I will play you on Street Fighter any day. I will knock you around just like I do.
Now
Shane.
we're talking. Fighting
What's up,
game. I
Chris
love
Graves?
fighting games are awesome. I love Street Fighter.
That one's fun. That one's fun.
Oh man, he says, I think me and some of the Friday Night Frights boys are going to get into some Left 4 Dead 2. That game is sick.
That game is so fun.
Wow.
That game is super fun.
You guys should just stream that. I mean, that'd be great. That'd be a whole show right there. What's up, man? But he is right though. Peter is right about the RoboCop game. Shockingly good
100%.
for being so low level. Like, I guess the developers didn't have any money. They did an unbelievable job, and
they made it feel like a AAA, but it's like a AA. And they're very authentic. Like, they were very true to the movie. You could tell they loved everything about the original RoboCop.
I think they actually got.
Can you shoot the guy in the wiener? Can you shoot the guy?
Yes, you could do a headshot. You could do a crotch shot.
Mm-hmm. And that stops them too. It ends them. Like, they can't. Did
they get Peter Weller's voice for the game?
No.
The lead actor?
Whoever it was so close that you wouldn't even notice the difference.
Yeah, it looked pretty authentic.
It was really good. And all of his lines are they have that level of cheesy humor that you wouldn't expect from a robot, and it's okay, this is great.
And you have the same partner that RoboCop 1 you have, right?
Lois.
Female cop, Lois.
Yeah, she was great. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, RoboCop 1.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
It holds up. I think I saw it at age 4 or something.
At 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it explains my personality.
Yeah, it sounds like your parents were a lot like mine, because I was trying to think about. I watched not too long ago. What was that one with Eddie Murphy and they're in the
Shrek?
No.
Cop.
No, it was the one where they were gangsters in the 1920s or something. Harlem Nights, right? I was watching that when I was 4 years old. And I went back and watched it recently, and I'm like, how did my parents let me watch this?
That's a deep cut Eddie Murphy movie.
That's a good movie. That movie is still to this day freaking hilarious. But yeah, my parents let me watch it and I guess didn't think a thing about it.
Chris Graves says, Blasphemous is a really well done Castlevania-style game, top-notch production, and lots of depth.
I have not played that. I love Castlevania, but I haven't played Blasphemous yet. I've really got to spread my wings a little bit more and get out there and play. I've heard nothing but great things about the RoboCop game. Every time I say something about it, it's positive, which, again, is rare because people bitch just to bitch anyways. Mm-hmm. So I have not heard one negative thing about that game. So
the only thing I'll say though is that I think there's been a little bit too much of every game being first person now. right? Like every big game for the last like 10 years is first person view. And I do prefer sometimes to have the third person. Like it'd be cool to see RoboCop in the game, you know.
You
Like
can't. There's not, like I said, because most of the ones I play, they have an option like you can go into first person or you can, zoom out.
Well, that would,
or
yeah,
whatever.
that would be cool. But I don't think it does though.
No, you
Yeah,
don't
it's
have
just
that in
first.
RoboCop, unfortunately.
It doesn't matter. I mean, there's so many cinematics where you see him that it's like,
True.
it doesn't matter. For certain games, I would get it. For RoboCop, I feel like it was totally fine having
You
it.
got to keep in mind you got the same UI that you do in the movie, so you're seeing like your instructions, your green screen, and you even see the lines of the screen.
The green squares that like zoom in on people.
It's
I
so
love
authentic.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Directive
awesome.
4.
Yes.
Dude,
no, literally, they will like
good
sometimes they will
movie,
pop up on his screen like directive so and so, and it'll tell you what you need to do.
Yep. You get
It's
your
so
menus
cool.
in there. It works really well. It translates super well to video game. And you got a community of modders. They were like, that's not the exact sound of the gun, so we switched it up so you can get the exact perfect,
Oh man, by the way, there's ways you can make that gun. Like the first thing I did is made it fully automatic, so it's not burst anymore. It's not even fair at that point. You're just like, stop resisting, or there'll be trouble.
So Mandy, Stuntman Comics. I know this shirt. That's your shirt that you made.
It is, yes, yep. And you can
How
get
did
it
you come
on
up?
my website.
How'd you come up with that name, Stuntman Comics?
So I was trying to find something that wasn't girly, right? I'm aware that I'm a girl, so I was trying to find something.
Thank
that was
God you're
not,
aware.
Yes,
Not
it was
everyone
not
has that
girly.
awareness.
Not everybody knows. So.
There was this game that I played like years ago, and it was called Stuntman. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but basically the point of the game is you have to go through and like you're doing movies and you're the stuntman and you're driving the car, you're driving the tut-tut, or you're driving whatever. It was the hardest game I've ever played. It was the most frustrating. It made me the angriest I've ever played. But also like I wanted a name that did like a pop, like Rockstar Games. Like when you think of that, it sounds good, right? Like Rockstar Games. So when I came up with Stuntman Comics, I was literally sitting on the couch trying to think of a name, and my eyes just kind of focused down where all of my games were stacked up in a row. I was like, oh my God, Stuntman Comics. That's perfect. It's got that pop to it that I was looking for. And, it's one of the hardest things I've ever tried to do is to make a comic. So it worked out perfectly, and it sounded kind of badass to me. So I thought
You're way
perfect.
nerdier than I thought. 'Cause apparently, it's named after a Nintendo video game. No, but it is. It's a good name, though. I agree.
Thank you.
It's memorable. Yeah.
Well, let's keep going down the list here. I'm getting I want the full history of. Is Mandy your full name, or is that like short for something?
It's short.
What's the full name, please?
Amanda.
So yeah, I did get kicked in the head. Okay, so I'm not.
You heard it here
didn't
first,
realize
ladies
that.
and gentlemen. You won't get this on any other show.
God damn it.
I thought it was short for Mandela.
It used to
My
be Mandela,
stupid
but
brain
that
was like
on another timeline.
Mandrua or something. I don't know
Oh
what
my
the fuck I was
God.
thinking.
Wow.
Mandarella. Yes, that's what it is.
Mandarella.
That's what I'm going to call you from now on. Mandarella Summers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know this campaign, people are yelling at me in the chat to bring up Super Dead 2. We're going to get there, okay? It's a build-up. It's this thing called, look, in the showbiz, as it's known, guys, you got to build up, okay? I was in at least 5 plays, okay? I know how showbiz works. Here we have, it's not a thing anymore. It's like you can't pay money for it, but it's super cool. Jack the Ripper, which you can pay for it on the Super Dead 2 campaign, which we'll get to. But I wanted to talk to you. Let's play the trailer first.
Okay.
Because people can buy this right now on the campaign. very sick.
My
So
gosh, I have not seen that trailer in so freaking long.
really,
That has been forever since I've seen that one.
it's a good trailer, but it could go with some voiceover. Some voiceover work. If you ever need any of that,
Oh,
you know a guy.
Gotcha.
So Mandy, what was the impetus for this one? So you come from Wart the Wizard. It's a big success. You didn't think it was going to be a big success, but it is. And then you come over here to Jack the Ripper. How did that? You obviously you still worked with Peter Gilmore.
Of course, yes.
Crazy risk, I know. But I'm just kidding. But so how did that all come about?
Okay, so we went from Wart the Wizard, and then we did Super Dead, and then we popped over to Jack the Ripper. And the way that this came about is Peter came to me with the idea of doing a book like this. He was like, I kind of got an idea. Horror is absolutely Peter's love. Like he loves doing horror. But he came to me and was like, what do you think? And I was like, dude, I could write the fuck out of that. We could do that. This will be awesome. This will be great. So yeah, Peter came to me with the idea and of doing this, and I jumped right. I mean, as soon as he said it, I was like, dude, that's gonna be freaking wicked. Yes, let's go. Let's do this. So yeah, I sat down. Peter and I both sat there and read everything we could get our hands on that had to do with Jack the Ripper and had to do with the Highgate Vampire, which was a real thing too. We started digging into everything we could. Pete started researching what London looked like during, what did it look like? What did the streets look like? What were they made of? What did the street lights look like? What were the clothes the women wearing? What did they look like? So we started going through and just reading I tried to get into the mind frame of Jack, what, Jack the Ripper actually was like, reading his letter to the police, reading everything I could find, who they thought it was, why they thought it was him. And we started just digging up every little thing that we could to make this book. But no, as soon as Peter came to me with this idea, I was like, we've got to do that. Are you crazy? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Fantastic stuff. We'll check this cobblestones.
Cobblestone, yes, that is what it was.
Mandy, when you were growing up, was there anything that you did creatively? Like, what was something that you did? Did you write early on in your life? Did you draw?
Yes.
What were you into?
I did a lot of writing when I was younger. Lots and lots and lots. D&D campaigns. I wrote short stories. I wrote poetry.
So you're OG D&D, not these new kids.
Yeah, no, new D&D sucks. No.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I've always written. That's always been I won a poetry contest when I was in second grade, and I won a short story contest when I was in sixth. No, I've always enjoyed writing. That's always been a outlet for me. Was writing. Unfortunately, I love drawing. I really do. I'm just not good at it. There's some level of, you can learn, but there is some level of natural God-given talent that you require to be able to draw well. And
I agree with that.
He did not bless me with that at all.
He blessed Frederick with that.
Yes, he did. That looks so good, dude.
Work. Very good.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. You all have good taste.
Peter says, always trust my ideas. I'm a genius. See, I can do Johnny Scab. I can't do Peter. I feel like if Peter were more honest, if he was more upfront, about who he actually is and what his voice actually sounds like, then I could do it. This guy.
Yeah, he hides his real accent. He Americanizes it for us. I've heard it.
He poshes it up.
You can't
I'll never
understand
forget
a
your
freaking word
British
he's saying.
accent, though. Your British accent is probably one of my favorite accents of all time.
Peter taught me.
No, Mandy's, yeah.
He taught me how.
Yeah,
I learned from the best.
He did a job, that's for sure. Let me say hello to some people who have been in the chat here who I have not said hello to. Crossfire! I'm so stupid. I read that name as something else until I realized what it was. Now I got it. Okay. Pawn Shop Pimp says, came from Mandy, but will be showing up to more shows now. Glad to find you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. We don't need to keep talking about what he said. JJ Trujillo said, wow, that was awfully sexual. And I remember seeing this at the time he posted it. For the life of me, had no idea what he was referencing.
He posted it at the least sexual part of the whole
I
thing.
know. Like, we were not talking about anything sexual, and it was like, what?
Maybe he was just behind on the stream.
You know what it is? I think it is the Amish guys, like anything.
He's
Like
using Amish technology.
Right. The lifting of a skirt, the sight of an ankle is enough for them to just go like they lose
That's
it.
true.
You know what I mean?
He's probably pedaling for his electricity while he's streaming.
It's all about the tone of voice. Anything that is not completely monotone, they'll perceive as sexy.
Right. You're like, I love Soundgarden, and they're like, oh, he's a gay one. Yep.
he loves cock. Yeah.
Right. We got Cecil Ree says, hit the like button. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, please hit the like button, subscribe. If I get 1,000 subscribers, then I'll need 2,000 more hours of people watching my show before I get monetized. But here we are. It's fine. It's okay. I don't care about that. Scattered Night says, hello there. I should care about that. I'm sorry.
Bill.
I'm supposed to pretend. Billy Bobsack, what up, Snaily?
Hey, Billy Bob, how's it going?
Hey, Billy.
I love how he only says hello to you and not to any of the rest of us. Billy, okay.
You know what he's going to say to you.
I know what he's going to say to me, so actually I'm happy he doesn't say anything to me. Rosario Scribe says, hail Commandos, hail chat. What's up, Rosario? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Pawn Shop Pimp said, I own this book, The Jack the Ripper. It is by far one of the best CG comics out there. It could definitely use more attention.
Aw, thank you for backing it, hon. And thank
then
you.
Peter says, always trust my ideas. I'm a genius, lol. I mean, he kind of is, though, so.
Don't give him that. Don't give him that. Do not get it. It blows his head up.
No.
And then I'll have to deal with this inflated ego that is Peter.
Look, Peter has the ability, and he said this before, to put dicks into every one of the pages of my comic book.
He does,
secretly.
yeah.
And I don't want that. So
I want to get on his bad side.
No.
He's already calling you a twink. So
I know. Like, what am I supposed to? He's caught me in a tight spot. I'm in a tight spot. You said, "Wow, you got a really deep in there." Oh, come on. That's nothing. That's JJ. That's nothing.
That's some good innuendo there.
That was good innuendo.
He's a very pious man, General.
It wasn't even that. I mean, look, I can do some good innuendo if you guys want. Okay, I'm all about the words. Look, somebody please, because it's beneath me. Somebody please, kick him for I don't know, 2 minutes. How's that sound? 2 minutes?
Kick the Amish?
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean,
he'll just go build a barn or something.
That's true. He'll have it built back up in less time than that. They're fast.
His last name is Trujillo. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Okay, Elijah. Hello, Elijah. LJ. Oh, look who it is. Here to defend himself.
Hey, you can't kick me. This is my show now.
Oh, my God. Now you sound like...
Hi.
What's up, JJ? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It's good hearing you guys interview Mandy.
Yes. Well, what's new with you, brother?
Well, I just hear my you slandering me, so I had to pop in and defend myself real quick. It was just the way you said it. You said, "Wow, you got real deep in there." I don't know. It's just how it sounded. So,
no, JJ, we need to set the record straight here. Did you actually grow up Amish, or is that just the meme?
I know that's 100% real.
I don't believe you. that
sounds genuine. That sounds 100% genuine right there.
Oh my God, are you on that thing where you're out in the world trying to say rum or whatever?
Well, I'm actually not really allowed in the Amish community anymore. You know, it's like I'm kind of more formally Amish, basically. It's a real long story. I don't know. It's not really that entertaining.
Publicly.
You know, I ended up accidentally meeting some bad people. You know, and then they got me. I thought it was like transporting powdered sugar into Europe, but it was something else. And you know, one thing led to another. Yeah, I'm not really allowed back. So yeah, I'm also kind of a free thinker. You know,
That's what happened in Orange is the New Black.
Really?
That's how the Amish girl got caught with all the drugs in her book bag.
Man,
Huh.
you know, I never
Sounds a
saw
little
that
familiar, doesn't it?
because you know the funny thing is Amish
Maybe it was
people
based
don't
on a
watch
true
TV,
story.
What's that, JJ? We didn't hear you.
I said
there. What'd
Amish
you
people
say?
don't watch TV. I've never seen that, but you
Oh,
know, I'll be glad
He's
to
got
watching
one.
Orange is the New or reading Orange is the New Fat soon.
that was slick.
So
That was slick.
JJ, at what age typically at what age does an Amish person see their first nipple?
Well, a lot of times
Female if you're a male. Female if you're a male.
Yeah.
Not because, you know, it doesn't
Yeah,
count
yeah.
if you're male.
If you're married, a lot of times, you know, when you get intimate, you know, you're still partially clothed, you know, to hide the more seductive parts.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they use the sheet, right? They lay the sheet on top and they just cut a hole in the sheet.
Well, I don't know about that, but and I don't really fully know the details because, you know, I never made it that far. But the closest, like basically third base for when you're Amish is, you know, seeing the ankles. Like once a girl shows you her ankles, that's like scoring, you know.
Nice.
But
She's
they
a
walk around
slut if she
barefoot.
does that, though, isn't she? Doesn't that make her a slut? She's out there.
No, because all the Amish girls are walking around barefoot all the time.
Ooh, checkmate.
It depends on which community you're in.
Mine
Mine was a little more strict.
Gotcha.
Wow.
This
So
is
the
gonna
answer
go
is
on the
never.
record.
Yeah, this is all very enlightening, is what I would say.
Well, when you repress people that hard, they're bound to become drug addicts. You know.
That actually does
Wait,
happen. You know.
Are you
know
calling
what Amish
JJ
people-
a drug addict now? Is that what?
Well, no, he
this
got out of
progressed
it. He's
to?
lucky.
Well, I've never
He's one of the-
consumed.
Marriage or drugs?
You never inhaled, right?
Yeah, I never inhaled.
Right. Right. A classic. Yeah.
Except for when I was in high school or college, you know, listening to Tupac. I smoked a few, yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for being here, JJ.
You're
As
welcome.
long as you're on your best behavior, you can remain here. Although I know how you are. So.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, I didn't do anything to you. I didn't really do anything that bad to you. And you made, like, at least 3 different videos about how I'm a horrible
You know-
person and, you know.
You came on my show. Okay, this is
Right.
because you know we're now we're taking away from Mandy came here so we could promote her.
No,
and this
you're
is-
taking away
this
from.
is how-
I'm not taking away from.
this is
You're
how-
taking away from Andy.
This is how self-obsessed, or this is how obsessed you are with me, Patrick. I just show up, and all of a sudden it becomes the JJ show instead of the Mandy show. You know, we should be promoting her book, talking about, you know, Jack the Ripper, and here we are talking about me. I live rent-free in your head.
Yeah.
I am the tail
No,
that wags the
we're-
dog.
We're moving on from you, JJ. We're about to do that. Don't worry.
Oh, thank God for co-hosts. Nice. Got him, Carbon. Eat shit, JJ. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck off and die.
Jack the Ripper, ladies and gentlemen, which, by the way, due to popular demand, because everybody's been harassing me about it, everybody's been yelling at me about it, you can back right now on the Super Dead 2 campaign, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. We're 35. That's it? That's all we're at right now? Come on,
But
guys.
we ran it on my website as well. So this is the second going of it. So it did really, really well on my website. Like really, really well.
Like how well?
About 30 on the website too, and then 30 over here. So about 65.
Wait a
60.
minute. I clicked on your website link for this, and it took me to Indiegogo.
Yeah, because it's down now. You can't get it on the website anymore.
Oh.
I close when the website is done. I close it, the website part, and I just move everything over to Indiegogo, so you can go to Indiegogo and get it. Oh, I like somebody's ringtone.
That was
Sorry,
probably
my bad.
JJ. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. We don't listen. We don't do phone
I had
calls.
it. Yeah, sorry. I thought I had it on silent. My bad.
Oh my god.
That was
See,
the
we
old
Amish-
school like default ringtone there.
We Amish
Yeah.
people aren't used to technology. You know, we don't.
That
That
does
is-
check out.
But
But
he
he's
did
using the old
swap
school
it.
ringtone.
It is the generic one. Like it's not like mine plays that B-52 song, Rock Lobster when it plays. But his is he did at least go in settings and change it from the generic one. He chose that of the lineup of crappy ringtones. He was like, this is the one for me. I like this one. That's the one he went with. So.
Wow. JJ, amazing stuff. So real quick, we're gonna play this trailer for Super Dead 2 Carbon. I'm gonna need you to pull it off of the trailer and start scrolling through the campaign for I'm gonna be gone for a minute and a half while I go take a whiz real quick. So, because I've seen this trailer,
You're gonna pass
I've
controls
opened my
over to me?
entire.
See,
You have the controls, don't you?
right when it comes
Do
to
you not?
promotion, the first thing that Patrick
Oh
does
my
is he
God,
runs
I should've
away.
fucking known.
Don't shake it more than twice because they say that if you do that you're playing with yourself and you're going to get hairy palms and you'll go blind.
What the fuck? I got Carbon share. God damn it.
That's some good advice.
I need to actually share this.
Okay, you share it, Carbon. God,
All right, give me 1 second.
why do I even allow JJ on here? If this is, oh my god.
He's helpful.
The way you said
He's
that.
all right.
Oh,
JJ's
he's
all right.
helpful.
Well, it's actually a
I'm
part
going
of
to
the
Indiegogo now.
Make-A-Wish Foundation. You know, I have special needs.
Yeah, because there's Make-A-Wish kids out there who want to come on this show.
Yeah.
That's, oh my god, I want to be on the Comicsgate Commandos before I croak. Oh my, you shared it, Carbon?
I'm almost there. Almost there,
Okay.
guys. Almost.
I'm sorry. Anyway, how about that Peter Gilmore fella, right? What a
Love
rube.
him.
Oh,
Love his
yeah, that's
colors.
what I was going to say. Love him.
Love him. Yeah.
Okay. There it is. I shall return
Is it sharing? What's happening?
momentarily.
Okay.
It's sharing. Do you have sound? Let me see if you get sound. Please. What are we using your data for? Go ahead and play that real quick, shall we? Get the sound.
To investigate my transactions.
So tell all your friends, this is the end of everything.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
Thank goodness Patrick didn't just go up and leave while the video's all bugged up, right?
I think
That
he's
would've
doing
been
this on
awkward.
purpose, Mandy. By the way.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
Tommy, can you hear me? Apparently, when I play a trailer, everything falls apart. So,
Just so you know, Mandy, you know, Patrick,
but
he
I will
puts on
go
a good
through the
front.
campaign. So,
He acts like a nice guy, but he's really a horrible person. Just so you know. This is all
I
part
will-
of his scheming, so keep that in mind.
I could. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep that. I'll remember that. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch him. I'll be watching.
thanks
Every
for the tip,
Wednesday at
JJ.
8:30.
Does he know
And now
that
we're
you're
gonna
saying
scroll.
that?
We're gonna scroll through the campaign.
Okay.
Mandy, why
Yes.
don't you tell us what the story is about? What is Super Dead about? What's going on here?
Okay, so Super Dead is basically about a superhero who what his name is Devour, And he at one point he was like an amazing superhero, kind of like with Superman. He loved the city of New Astoria. He was a good guy. I mean, he was like as good can get, right? At the time, though, his name was Captain Valor, and he was just this amazing hero that loved the city, loved the humans he was taking care of, all of this. At a certain point, he's fighting like a baddie, and for whatever reasons, his powers get corrupted. It does tell you, but I'm not going to say it right now. But his powers get corrupted, and it slowly starts driving him crazy. And as he's getting crazier and starting to, like, in a way, like go into a frenzy when he's around humans and rip them apart and everything like that. He goes into the sewers of the city to stay away from the humans, believing that the people that he has, dedicated his entire life to taking care of are going to, in the end, help him figure out what is causing the corruption and basically fix him. Because this is a world where superheroes do exist. Like, it's not like, whoa, what's that? Like, they do exist in this universe. So there's quite a few, actually. There's lots of them. So he assumes that they're going to take care of him the way he's taken care of them. But at a certain point, he comes out of the sewers. Some things happen, which he ends up leaving the sewers again. And while he's up amongst the humans, he realizes that he has been absolutely replaced by another hero. They have completely forgotten about him. And they could give a shit less what happens to him. He's already crazy by this point. He's already like turned into Devour and is crazy. And he just absolutely freaking loses it. So he goes up into New Astoria and just like gonna take revenge on everybody that gets in his way, which is what happens in book number 1. And it's an introduction to Devour. It's an introduction to all of the characters that are in the book, and explains like the backstory of what happened to him. Book 2 picks up exactly where book 1 has left off. He's basically gotten his revenge on everybody, and now he's a little bit more lucid in what is going on. He's not quite in that angry frenzy that he was in book 1. And he's now going to try to find the true reason that like his powers were mutated into what they are now. And he's also going to, this is where the book ties in also with the universe from Gymshark. So him and Mackenzie are both in the book. They're both dealing with kind of the same type situation. I can't really explain how, but they are both dealing with kind of the same situation with powers that they do not understand. But the same guy in Mackenzie's world that is in Devour's world does understand why their powers are the way they are. Mackenzie, hers are new, so she doesn't understand them at all. And Devour doesn't understand why his were mutated and if there is anything he can do to go back to the hero that he once was. So yeah, that's what book 2 is going to be about. It is connecting those two, which was always the plan, was to connect both of those together. And so, I mean, because it's the same world, it's just different towns. So it's going to connect these two characters together going forward and kind of open up that universe to let you see that this is same universe, different towns. And there's actually, and I haven't announced it yet because I haven't come out with it, but there's actually another neighboring town that has its own superhero with its own plot line going on over here as well that is probably going to come out in 2026. So
that'll be its own separate story.
It will, and then they will all be connected at some point.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is
I like this
Gymshark
cover the most because he's assaulting her here. He's strong arming her, and he captured the facial expression perfectly, where she has that facial expression which is like, oh, I'm shocked, but at the same time, I like what you're doing.
Yeah, like, oh,
Right?
please don't. Well,
That's
okay.
exactly what the facial expression is there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
No means yes.
Well,
Yes,
Gem
exactly.
Shock. Well, for a girl named Gym Shock, she doesn't seem to be all that muscular. Like she's been in the gym for. Okay, that was a bad Southern accent joke. Okay, trying to
I liked
Oh, I get it.
distract from
also-
what
this is
they're
really cool.
saying. Well, I got a lot of comments here that I've starred to make sure I read them. And one of the first ones that I missed here was Katie. Do you know her full name is Mandy?
it. Mandy.
Art Haida talking to somebody named Katie in the chat. I'm not exactly sure who. We've got Romeo. He says, "Hello, beautiful people." Romeo is here. Welcome, Romeo. Thank you for being
Romeo.
here. We need you here.
Hello.
Oh man, Peter, did you hear my? Never mind. I'm not even gonna repeat it. It was so stupid. Jilm shot. Yes,
I liked it. I thought it was good.
that's what it is. It's Jilm shock. You... I'm sorry. Oh my god. No, it looks great. It looks honestly, it really does look. And this is back to this one. I'm pretty sure I got the Jack the Ripper comics with it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know if you can access that. I mean, I should probably just go type into my email if I have it or not.
Probably.
I can
What?
look for you after the stream if you like.
Damn it. Fuck you. I don't. Anyway, Super Dead 2, amazing stuff. I mean, this is great. Literally beautiful. And that's Dale Keown right there.
Yeah,
That is,
I'm gonna
yes.
back this now.
Aw, thank you.
This is awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
catch
beautiful.
up on this. Yeah, I'm sold on it. I like the covers. And Peter Gilmore did the
He did all the
Interiors?
interiors, and he did like 2 of the 3 covers, right?
That's right.
That page right
Well, there's-
there,
I mean,
Marvin,
you
if you
get
scroll
book
up right there a
one.
little bit,
Yeah,
that
this
You
is
is
my
get book
favorite
one on the
page.
campaign. It has a new cover as well, and Peter did that one too. So, Peter did 3 because book 1 is
Wait,
on the
where's-
campaign as well.
You mean, what, does he have to scroll down?
Let's see. It is if you scroll up to see
This?
the
Dale Canoe?
there.
Never heard
That's
of
it. Yes. This is book 1 with the new cover on it. That is also available
is
on the
cool.
campaign, and that's
Awesome.
that too is Peter.
And did Peter color that too? I mean, chromatically
did.
enhance that as well?
He did. hmm
Nice.
Wow.
He's good at that kind of thing.
He's amazing.
Very
He is
cool.
amazing.
He's good at a great deal of things, but
Yeah.
fantastic. So, okay, I was gone for but a second, but I doubt you guys went over the what was it that led you? So you went from Wart the Wizard.
hmm
We understand, why you did that. Then we went to Jack the Ripper. So we understand how that. So what led you to Super Dead? What came into your mind to come up with this idea for the story?
Super Dead was actually in between. It was the one after Wart. It went Wart the Wizard, Super Dead, then Jack. So with Super Dead, I always wanted to do a book like this. This was what I think at the time I was calling it my first grown-up book. Because I've always wanted to do one like this. It always seemed really fun. These are the kind of books that I liked reading. So when we originally, Peter, at that point, I was already working with Peter, so I knew that there's an artist that could draw everything that any crazy thing that I could come up with. Peter could draw it. Where with Wart the Wizard, that was not the case. I couldn't draw every little thing that I would have wanted to add because I'm not a freaking artist and my skills can only go so far. But with Peter, signed on to work with me, I was able to really let loose with my writing. And I wanted to do one that was really dark. And at the time I was really I really was into the boys.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to, you know, take
The
a little
evil
bit of
Superman kind of thing.
yes,
Yeah.
that the idea and kind of run with that idea a little bit. And originally, originally with Super Dead, what we were going to do was it was going to be done a lot like Wart the Wizard in a way. Basically the original idea that I had was think about like a book like Wart the Wizard where it's really kiddified in a way, like all ages,
Mhm.
but a zombie that wanted to be a superhero, you know, but like he was a zombie, so he dicked everything up that he tried to do. Like if there was a cat stuck in the tree, like I can save him, but then he ends up eating the ear off the cat because he's a freaking zombie and he can't really do. But he really wanted to be a superhero, and that is kind of the idea. And then Peter was sending me artwork, like, well, what do you think about this for that? What do you think about this? As soon as I saw his artwork, I was like, okay, we're scrap that idea. We're going hard with this. We are gonna do this thing. So that's it kind of switched from what would have been a book more like more like Wart the Wizard into the Super Dead that everybody knows now, which is freaking fantastic and so fun and very, very dark. And again, it gives me my like little feel of the superhero aspect, but also gives Peter his feel of horror because some messed up stuff happens in this book. Like there is some really, really, really messed up like stuff that is going on in this book. It's not all, you know, it's not what you think is going to happen.
Like outside of extreme violence or
yeah. Besides for that, there's a lot of for example, one of Devour's powers is he can make you kind of go into a hallucination and see things that aren't there. And during a certain part of the book, the girl is running up the stairs and she sees the walls are bleeding and people are in front of her, kids, and skin is just falling off of their body where they're peeling. The blood is peeling down the wall. There's, their bodies are peeling. There's a lot of, psychological stuff in the book as well that was really, really, really fun to write and really creepy. So
Hellraiser kind of shit.
Yeah.
Basically.
But no Cenobites.
So, Mandy, what was like? Was there like a specific page or scene that kind of made you guys decide to pivot direction? Because that seems like a pretty big shift.
We weren't even into. We were just in the beginning phase of talking about it, so we didn't even get into like development of the other version of it. Peter started sending in just like, okay, well, what kind of artwork are you thinking? Are you thinking like this? Are you thinking like this? And then one of them was a really high detailed of what you see now. It was incredibly high detailed. And I was like, well, I want this. I want this art, but this art is not going to work with this story. So we're pivoting. We're not doing that. We're going to do this now.
So it was more like Peter just like went ham on something, an idea that he had, and you were like, "Oh my god, yeah." See, yeah.
You've worked with Peter. You can tell. You know exactly.
You had your whole idea. You're like, it's perfect. Don't even mention anything else. And then he does something else, and you're like, "Oh, you know what? That's actually let's go ahead and do that."
It was our first book together. So, and I had seen Peter's artwork before, of course, with the case of the Littlest Umbrella, and was it? I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was the other one he did with Tug, where it was like dinosaurs or whatever. So I knew Peter could do really high detail artwork.
Explain this to people who are stupid like me, because I didn't join Comicsgate till about 2021, 22, I would say, is when I was really like, I'm all in. So how, because he did Wart the Wizard too, didn't he?
He did, yes.
So wasn't that first though?
Was what first?
Wasn't Wart the Wizard first, and then you had, because you said you hadn't seen his, you mean like you hadn't seen his like super hyper realistic work before.
I drew Wart the Wizard 1, not Peter came in much later and did a redraw of it. But at that point, the only thing Peter did on Wart the Wizard at that point was he drew me a cover, which was amazing. It was so good. But I had not actually seen a lot of his artwork, not necessarily. I mean, I saw the cover and I saw the work he had done with Tug, but at that point him and I had never worked together when we went into Super Dead. That was the first book we had ever done together.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was a little confused there.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
All right.
So yeah, I had not seen it yet. So I knew he could do the style for Wart the Wizard perfectly. I knew he could because he did the cover for it and it was just amazing. But I didn't know if he could do or even would be interested in doing a book like this with this more tight artwork than what would be required, where, like a Wart the Wizard and books like that, it's really loosey-goosey in their artwork. I would need like really, really tight pencils. It would be technical, you know what I mean? And yeah, so as soon as he was just sending me like random drawings, like, what do you think of, do you want me to do this style or this style? And then when I saw his just really high detailed artwork, I was like, I want that. But so yeah, he had sent me, I think it was actually, we would have to ask him if it was Devour or not, or if it was Captain Omega or Omega Atlas. I'm sorry, if it was Omega Atlas or if it was Devour. I don't remember which one he sent me, but one of them, and it was just so amazing that I was like, okay, yeah, let's go, let's do this. And yeah, it was such a fun book to write. It was so fun.
He says, I just want to draw stickmen and boobs.
I believe that.
I think I kind of got the accent down there. I can see what you say when you say Americanize it. If I Americanize it, I just want to draw stickmen and boobs. Yeah, it sounds actually more like him. Well, you like drawing boobs? I had no idea.
Yeah, nobody would be.
Nobody
can believe it.
Yeah.
Mandy, did you
watch?
watch
It was Devour.
the latest movie? What was it? Nosferatu that came out in December.
I did not. I swear I have. It's on my list of things to watch, and I just have not gotten around. I haven't watched much of anything. I've really fallen behind on movies lately. Shane kind of burned me with Saltburn, and I don't think I've gotten over it yet because I haven't really watched a lot of movies since then.
He kind of got me too.
Did he?
Yeah. Well, when I was on Pimp My Comic the other, like a year ago or whatever it was. I don't know how long ago it was. He was like, you should watch Black Crab, because it was had something to do with Russians. I started it and I was like, you ever seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
No.
Yeah. I saw
Oh God. Well, okay. So there's a point where he's reading this email where everybody's telling him they're gonna kill him, like they have to fight him now, and it just shows him scrolling through the email and he's like, this is boring. And then he clicks out of it. That's how I felt. And I feel I wouldn't have the balls to tell him it on his own show. But on my show, I'll say it was boring.
You can't. Don't trust him.
Do it.
Yeah, don't trust him with movies. They all suck.
It was kind of boring.
Yeah, that's
not trying to be mean. It's just...
Peter Gilmore is saying that Nosferatu sucked.
Oh, did it?
See it?
Oh no,
I didn't see it, but a lot of people, horror fans, were saying that they liked it because it was pretty intense. I mean, it did seem pretty intense.
But I would trust Peter over other horror fans because he's got standards for things that he needs in horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
a lot of horror guys they just love the violence. Yeah.
I read the
Peter
synopsis.
is a stuck-up horror guy, so I totally trust. If he says it's good or if it sucks, he's usually spot on.
Shane is a menace. Shane is retarded and a saboteur. God damn, everybody just went right out after him. Damn. Every one of Shane's movie recommendations is for the purposes of draining your energy. Wow, tell us how you really feel.
It's true, though. It's true. He's an energy vampire. And
we got some Shane fans in the chat.
So it looks like Romeo is an anti-Shane fan. You know, like Modenshot's an anti-Shane fan? You know what I'm saying?
there's a lot of those. Shane has a lot of those.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Do you ever have nightmares, Mandy, where you see ravioli? Like you try to close your eyes and you just see ravioli popping out, you know? Does that ever happen? Or
No, but I
Yes,
can't.
yes,
I can't eat that shit ever again. It's ruined for me. I would never. I mean, granted, I'm not opening up a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli anymore. Anyways, like I'm not 9, so I'm not opening that up anyways. But like I did used to make like this cheese ravioli that like I really liked. I can't even eat that anymore.
Oh.
He's absolutely ruined ravioli
Mandy,
for me.
I love how you said ruined too. Like he's drawn like sigils on it. Like napkin sigils. He's
basically
ruined
Well,
ravioli.
cursed it.
If I
Cursed
say it
it.
the way my town says it, I'd be like, he ruined it. He ruined that shit. So I don't want.
Burned.
He ruined it.
He
So
burned.
I
He
don't want
basically
to say it
burned
like
it.
that.
Just
But-
so we're on the same page here, I have to do this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt everything. First of all, I have a question for you, Mandy. Is when you say like the area that you live in, say you live in the country, like out in the country, right? Would you, Mandarella Summers, refer to that as the holler of wherever you live?
No, we do not have hollers here.
Okay, so that's fake. It's a fake Southern thing. Katie did.
No,
speaking of-
hollers are hollers.
Don't interrupt me. Katie did. Speaking of fake Southern things, Katie did says Patrick better come back and read my fucking comments, lol. And then she says, "Love you, Mandy. I wish you could join you, but I'm busy with clipping fucking Yellow Flash." She says, likely story.
You're
Hail
gonna be busy,
Skeleton
girl.
Core Comics is another thing that she says. I'm doing her accent pretty well right now, by the way. Katie, you know her full name is Mandy. Romeo says, "Hello, beautiful people. Romeo is here. Welcome, Romeo. I didn't say hello to you earlier." Then she says, "Read my comments, Patrick." And then she rage quit after I purposely avoided reading her comments. She rage quit, and she hasn't said a thing since then. Wow. This show's not about you, Katie. It's about Mandy. Anyway, continue.
She got jealous of another blonde on the show.
Another Southern blonde. I know. This is how they
Very dangerous.
women.
Very
You know what I mean? What are we
dangerous.
supposed to do with them? So
Mandy, so are you gonna fight Katie? Like maybe like a CG mud wrestling type thing?
yes, let's go.
What?
There's obviously
that-
clearly tons of drama, you know? You
It
got-
was that a thing? I think that's something you guys are building up. I don't.
What are you talking about?
Katie's never indicated that she wanted to roll around in mud or cream corn or something with me.
She has.
Oh,
said
wow.
she
Well, I mean-
didn't.
Cream. Nobody mentioned cream corn, but hey, we're not.
Nobody
not-
or pudding. Nobody's.
Oh God, pudding.
I haven't heard nothing about it from Katie.
We could just make it a
seems-
competitive event, not like a violent fight. Just a wrestling match between
Right.
you two. A friendly
It's a
competition.
friendly wrestling match in pudding.
maybe if it's
Vanilla.
if it's for a charity or something.
Vanilla pudding. Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, so, ladies and gentlemen, you can back Super Dead 2 right now. I'm gonna bring it up on my screen. You can back Super Dead 2. Hey, did the trailer work while I was gone? By the way, I
Nope.
didn't ask.
No.
it stopped as soon as
Wow.
you-
Not even close.
Let's take a quick peek at this, folks.
So tell all your friends, this is the end of everything. Too late to repent. We'll bathe in the blood of the dead. We will sanctify, purify, rejoice in their sorrow and sing. We'll next gen. You cannot carry So tell all your friends, this is the end of everything. Too late to repent. You make it will reap what they sow. We will sanctify, purify, rejoice in their sorrow and sing. Oh, next gen. You cannot carry Somebody call me.
Mandy, what band is that?
Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I thought that's who it was.
Yeah. I love them so much. Like, I'm a huge fan of Bring Me the Horizon.
So how did you get Dale Keone to do a cover for you?
He surprised me with it.
Nice.
Yeah, Dale does what Dale wants to do. Dale just one day, like it was in my inbox, he surprised me with it, and I was like,
Huh.
dude, I freaking love it. Are you kidding me? So yeah, I had no idea he was going to do a cover for this one, but he's
Frederick,
good,
can
and
you
it's
mute yourself,
amazing.
please?
Well, artists,
Thank you.
going back throughout history, artists have always used their skills to try to seduce women. They would draw a masterpiece for them, or write a poem, or musicians play a song for them. That's the whole purpose of it, at the end of the day.
Gotcha. Yeah, Shane got a cover from him too, though, so I don't know.
Oh,
He
well,
paid-
well,
he
that
paid
just
for that
means
one,
that
though.
Dale's a wild and crazy guy.
I think he
No,
got
I
money
don't
for
want to
that one,
spread
though.
that kind of rumor about Dale.
No,
He's a cool guy.
Dale just surprised me with it. It was amazing. So yeah, he surprised me with it. I got him paid up, and it's a beautiful cover. So I'm so thankful for Dale's surprises when he does stuff like that. It was because I don't ask for anything. So when he does surprise me with stuff, it's really really cool. So
I feel like considering how long, and this is not a diss on Dale Keone, for how long it takes him to do things, I feel like most people like receive it one day and they're like, oh whoa, like wow, there it is. Holy shit.
yeah,
Patrick.
Dale is very much like he will very much surprise you with stuff that you don't like. You can ask him. Now this is not with me, but I have seen this where somebody asked him for a cover, and he's like, "Yo, yeah, I got you, I got it, yeah." And then so long went by that they had forgotten they had even asked for it, and then it just showed up in their inbox, and they're like, "Holy shit, that's right, I forgot about that." So yeah, it ends up being a surprise for Dale whether you ask him or you don't. You're probably going to be surprised. But he's just such a sweet guy, He's so nice, and he really does try to help everybody that he can. So
Dale Keone is like the perfect example of and I'm coming from the comic book side of things where I'm not a professional. I've not met
Of
the
course.
professionals. You know what I mean? You come in here
Mhm.
and you like start to see some people, and Dale Keone is one of those people who's like legendary, and you're just kind of lucky if you get anything from him. You know what I mean? And like you should just be happy about it. And it's not even one of those things where it's like, oh, people say he's legendary, so I should be happy about the work he's turned into me. It's like even if you forgot about, even if you waited 4 years, you get something from him, and you're like, yeah, this is it. Like that, you don't even, you know what I mean? Like he's
right. No, it's yeah,
he's-
no, it's Dale Keone. I mean,
yeah.
that is incredible.
I think it's pronounced
It's
Keone, but
Keone.
nice
Oh yeah,
try.
Keone. Yeah, he laughs so hard
He
at that.
changed it.
No, but it's really, and that's a thing with Dale that I don't understand. If there are so many people out there who like literally are trying to like use him or ride his coattails or whatever.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just cool to be his friend. Like that to
Right.
me is just really fucking cool. Like I get all of these inside, like, behind the scenes stories of all of these other big name like Silvestri and stories about Silvestri and Liefeld and McFarlane. I mean, I get all of these little like insight because I'm like you, I'm not a pro. I never worked anywhere, but I'm getting all of this. Like it's like talking to Dale is like watching that Image comic documentary. It's like watching that where they're telling stories of how Image was created and all of that. It's just like that. But I mean, I don't know. It's just, to me, it was just really, really, that's why I was like really adamant on I never asked Dale for anything because I just being his friend to me is cool enough. Like, I don't really, need anything. It's just cool to be able to say Dale Keone's my friend,
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes it works that way where rather than asking for things, if you just kind of get along with somebody and get to know them to the point where you're actually, you're building a friendship, is when
Mhm.
things start to come your way. You know what I mean? Instead
Yeah.
of asking
Yeah.
for something up front, it's kind of
Mhm.
like playing golf, like, getting to know people through playing golf rather than, and then they say that the biggest business transactions happen on the golf course because you got to know each other first,
Right.
as opposed to
Right.
being like, oh, can I get this deal from you?
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
that's also the idea of, kindred spirits. You meet somebody who they understand what you're all about and you understand what they're all about, and then you're just more inclined to work with that person.
Mhm.
And it's lucky when you get in touch with somebody who's so spectacularly talented, like
Mhm.
Dale Keown. I mean, that's like saying, oh yeah, I struck up a friendship with Jack Kirby when we were smoking at the Smoking Lounge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he was still alive, it'd be like, oh wow, holy shit! Wait a minute, what'd you say, Jack Kirby? It's funny. I went back and started reading. What is it? Is it Incredible Hulk? I'm not sure exactly what the title is, but the Hulk stuff in the I want to say mid to late 90s that Dale worked on.
Mhm.
And because it's interesting watching these artists and their styles change or progress, or as they come into their full potential. But you can see it back then. Even back then, you can be like, okay, so yeah, this is like he started drawing the Hulk the way the Hulk ought to be drawn by everybody. And so I understand now. I don't even like the Hulk. This is just to be clear with you.
Mhm.
I don't even I think the Hulk is kind of a lame character. He's kind of like Superman in that regard, although he's slightly cooler than Superman because at
Mhm.
least
How
he's
many
got
how many L
problems.
takes? How many L takes are you gonna have, Patrick?
Bro, the Hulk
you-
as a
stop.
if you're writing a character, the Hulk is a lame character to
Oh,
write.
stop it.
Unless he's a supporting character. If he's a supporting character, he's much more interesting to write. As a main character, you have to be like, okay, so what are we doing with this character? He's sad and depressed, and when he gets mad, he turns into the Hulk. And so that's when all the interesting things happen for the audience.
Yes,
You have
we
to think
all
about the
know.
audience.
We all know
The
that,
audience
but
doesn't
he's
give a
still
fuck
awesome.
about Bruce Banner's personal life. They don't give a shit about his personal life until it gets to a point where he gets so mad and frustrated with his personal life that he becomes the Hulk. Nobody cares about Bruce Banner. On the other hand, you have Benjamin J. Grimm, who is unfortunately the Thing. He's a rock monster. You care about the Thing because he's still the same guy he always was, except he's ugly and he's the humorous, foil to the rest of the group. He's the fun guy. And then when he's Ben Grimm, you're like, oh, this sucks because just a week from now, he's gonna go back to being ugly and his life is gonna be ruined. And it matters. It means something. But with the Hulk, it's just eh.
But actually, the irony is that the Thing and the Hulk are essentially very similar characters.
They're
But you
well,
like the
they're
hold on.
foils of
You
each
like the
other.
Thing more. You like the Thing more because he's a part of the Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Because if you weren't a part of the Fantastic Four, you might say the same thing about the Thing as you are about the Hulk.
No, because
Then-
I liked the Thing before I liked the Fantastic Four.
Oh, stop it!
I'm
Now
not
you're
joking.
just talking
No,
nonsense.
I'm
now.
literally I'm not
All
joking
right,
with you.
let's
I promise.
move. We gotta move on.
Also,
We
the
gotta
Thing
move
beat the
on
Hulk
from
in a
this.
fight, a fist fight, more recently. So the Thing is better than the Hulk. Anyway, yeah, you're right. We are gonna move on from this though. We've got. Let's see. Kick Patrick. Kick him now. You have this power now, Carbon. You can do such a thing. Can you, Carbon? Try to kick me right now. I'm curious to see what would happen. Kick me.
I don't know how to do that though.
You go on my thing, and there's a little 3 dots that come up.
Remove.
Yeah, you can say remove. Do that.
Oh, wow.
I love
He
it.
can do it. That's
Thanks for
amazing.
doing.
That's
It's
so
fun.
cool.
Very
Isn't
fun.
it fun? Okay. Now kick.
Hold
JJ.
on, before we move on. Yes, we have to kick JJ. But before we move on, though, there's something I need to ask Mandy.
Thank you, Jay.
Patrick, if you'll allow me to
Go
bring
ahead.
this topic up.
I'm done talking.
Over the past week, now we need to set the record straight because we
Yes.
have a female on the stream to get her perspective. Right. Over the past week, something went viral that's being talked about a lot right now
Uh-huh.
on Twitter. There was some random dude, doesn't matter who he is, I don't even know his name. He posted a before and after body transformation. You probably saw this. Some of you probably saw this. He's working out, basically, right?
Okay.
And he lost weight.
Mhm.
And the question that arose was, which body type do women prefer? Somehow, I don't know why this became viral, because he's already
I
in
want to
shape.
know.
Let me share this. Nothing's working now. Okay, there it is. Some random fucking guy. But it went viral. Every woman was chiming in. Because obviously on the left, he's got like maybe 20% body fat.
Mhm.
Which is relatively, that's like a healthy build.
Yeah.
And then on the right, he went down to like pretty much shredded. He's like
Mhm.
maybe 8 to 10% body fat.
Mhm.
But the reason why it went viral is because all the women were saying that they prefer a guy like the left side. But men aren't believing them. Men are saying, no, you're lying, because obviously men, we would love to be shredded. That's preferable. And we believe that women are lying about this for some reason. Now, what's your honest take here, Mandy?
I like the one on the left.
Wow.
So you're a typical woman.
I like I like the one on the left, but now it looks natural to me. It looks the one on the right. I don't know. I don't like shredded. I mean, I don't. Not like a.
What is
chub
it about
chaser or
shredded that
anything.
makes you not like it, though?
I don't know. He cares too much. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he's got his own like. I don't know. Like, does that a guy that looks like that is gonna look at me sideways when I have another slice of cake? You know what I mean? Like, do you really
you
need
see
that piece of cake?
That's the real. Yeah, that's it. Right.
That's
I want to.
crazy.
I want to be the hot one in the
Yeah,
relationship.
He
Okay.
can't
You
be
know?
hotter.
Okay.
He can't be hotter than the chick.
Yeah, I
That's
want to
what
be
it
the.
is.
I want to be the hot one in the relationship, not a
So
partner,
then,
you know.
The one on the right is more hot, you're saying.
Not really. Just if you go by standards, by what I guess would be like, which one are you going to see on the cover of a magazine? You know, if you go by that, yeah, but that's like, I don't want a magazine cover guy. I just want a normal
the question:
guy.
why do you not want the magazine cover guy? What's different about the magazine cover guy that makes him not something you'd want, as opposed to the guy on the left?
I feel like he's gonna be one of those gym guys. He's gonna be a calorie counting kind of, douchebag in a way, where he probably wasn't one. The guy on the left, he's gonna take me to the Cheesecake Factory and we're gonna share a slice of cheesecake, and it's not gonna be a question. If I took the guy on the right to the Cheesecake Factory, he's getting like the rice with nothing on it, and like the grilled chicken, and then no desserts and a water with a lemon in it. And, no, I'm good.
Well,
I'm
that is
good.
true. Everything you're saying is true, and I appreciate the honesty, because we're getting some very enlightening insight.
It is.
Because what you're revealing is that if we were to remove those external factors, like, let's pretend hypothetically, Mandy, that like, forget about what it would be like going out to eat with a guy like this, right? Forget about like how much time it would take for him to go to the gym. If you were to just sheerly pick a body, right, that you're more attracted to, let's forget about being married to him or dating him or what it's like. Just pick a body. Which one are you more attracted to, the left body or the right body?
Left. It's still left.
Oh, bullshit.
I'm not I'm not joking. It's the one on the left. He looks natural to me. He looks all right. This is. I can see myself.
He says.
I could see myself wrapping my legs around the one on the left and his pelvic bone not gouging into me, where the one on the right is going to hurt because he's so fucking. You can feel every bone. There's no cushion for the pushing or whatever. I would. The one on the left.
I don't know if he's bony.
No, but you can see that. You can see his pelvic bones. those are gonna hit. Those,
So you're
gonna
not
feel
a
that.
fan of the V then, as
Mm-mm.
women say, because a lot of
Mm-mm.
women are like, I gotta have that V.
No, that is a thing. I mean, I've never like, I don't know. I've never been attracted to really like buff guys. I don't know that's any guy that I've ever like, even like celebrities that I think are hot. I have never been attracted to the overly like, but not a single one of them are buff. I just I don't like buff guys.
Well, at least you're being consistent. I get it. You know,
Yeah.
women they need to remain consistent with their answer. I get it.
It's probably just on, you know what I mean? It's just different strokes for different folks, probably.
You see, this is essentially
I
the main
guess.
difference between men and women, because if you pull up two female body types and you ask a dude, which one would you rather fuck? Every
Mhm.
dude's gonna be 100% honest and tell you, you know, the woman with the perfect proportions.
But the question is, Carbon. So men can differentiate that. We can go, okay, you know, this one's more attractive than this one, but at the same time, there's always that lingering, especially nowadays, that lingering thought in the back of your head where you're like, this girl is like super in shape, she's super put together, yada yada yada. Like, what's her problem? You know what I mean? Like, you're constantly wondering, like, what's her issue? Because I know she's got some kind of issue. She's super attractive, I get that, but there's some underlying problem she's got. Like, the more attractive she is, the more I'm suspecting of like she's got this serious problem.
Well, that's true.
Anybody else feel
Yeah.
that way? I feel that way.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah, I
thinking
can-
too much. You're thinking
Well,
too much.
well, no,
Yeah,
I know,
they say-
but what I'm
they
saying is,
say-
like, we can look at the two pictures and go this versus this, but when it comes, like, when really push comes to shove, and you have to be like, okay, you know, you have to marry one of these women for the rest of your life. Like, are you gonna go with the super hot woman, or are you gonna go with the one who's like slightly less so? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, that's a different question, though. Who would you rather marry versus, I guess, you know.
But for
who would you
women, it's
rather-
not, though. That's what I'm
one night,
saying.
Yeah,
one night
because
stand.
For women, the question's
Women
not.
are-
It's
different.
women are
it's
wired
mostly
differently.
one and the same for a woman.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
if
There's
we're
a
thinking
saying-
about having sex, there is already the thought of marriage somewhere in the back of your head
Right.
before you even begin to go down that. There's a thought of, is this guy marriage material?
That's
at
very
all?
Christian of you.
But yeah, again, that is just my opinion. May be off. Like, I think the sexiest guy in the entire world, and there I would do almost anything to get with a young version, is Rick Moranis. There is nothing I would not do to be with Rick Moranis. So take that, you know, there's my taste in men. So I think he is just everything that is perfect.
The perfect husband.
Yeah.
Peter says Lamau. Elliot says lol. Wodenshot says lol. They're all laughing at you, man.
No, seriously, I have a giant pillow of him on my bed. And
Whoa.
You must have
what?
seen Honey, I Blew Up the Kids when you
I
were
did.
young, right? When you
I
were a kid, you
did.
saw that?
Oh, the guy.
A little shop of horror.
That's what did it.
I was like, I want to be your Audrey Seymour.
Oh my
You know?
god.
No, he is beyond sexy.
Did you hear he got punched? in
I did.
Manhattan?
I did. I was so fucking disgusted. I'm on the hunt. If I find the culprit, that is his ass. That is his ass. But no, I have a giant pillow of him on the bed that I sleep with every night. Like, yeah.
Every night.
Yeah.
Every night.
Does your husband ever push it away? Like, get that shit out of here.
He tries, so he is not allowed.
The real story's coming
I
out. now.
face it when I make it. I have it watching us. Sometimes I set it up on the
God
set
damn.
it up on the nightstand, have it watch him. You know.
Wow.
The real Mandy's coming out.
Well, Romeo says, you go to the gym for war. You got to get those gains, boys. I got to be real with you, Romeo. All these guys being like, you got to get those gains so that you can, like, defend the women. That means nothing. Your gains mean nothing. All you guys who go to the gym and you lift big weights and that's all that you do, I could deliver one kick to the inner thigh and you would be crying like a helpless babe in front of me because your bones aren't made of iron. Your skin's not made of wood. Your skin is made of soft baby material that you've pumped up with creatine or some other sort of protein powder.
Oh.
Go do MMA.
Well, I mean,
go do
I would say
kickboxing.
being fit though.
No,
is
being fit's
important.
all right. But if you're
Yeah, but
talking
I
about
agree with
fighting
you. Yeah,
men,
fighting for training.
it's an
actually
entire
fighting.
like the guys
Yeah.
who think that I lift a lot of weights, therefore I can fight other men. They're laughable to me.
That's
It's
true.
like
Yeah.
you're ridiculous. What are you what are you talking about? Like your bones are soft. Your skin is soft. It means nothing. You kick me, you're gonna hurt yourself more than you hurt me. Like, and I suck. I'm not even that good. Like I suck. And you guys with your muscles. Anyway.
What are you doing? MMA or jiu-jitsu?
Muay Thai.
Oh, me too.
Really? Good. I mean, women should know jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai.
Wait, it's
Predominantly
called-
jiu-jitsu because that's where men are going to get you. They're going to get you in the wrestle hold. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to like kill them real quick with your
Right,
choke.
but they call it Muay Thai here. But I think it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
I think you're mixing it up with a Mexican Thai restaurant, Muay Thai.
It's the same thing, Mandy. It's the same.
I'm pretty sure it's the same
100%
thing.
same thing. Just keep doing it.
That's what I was thinking.
It's gonna be right. That's actually how it works, Skeleton Core. Shut up. No, yeah, literally the fleshy inner thigh. If Leg Kick was here, he would corroborate my statement. You guys know Leg Kick, right? He's been a mainstay in Comicsgate. Well, if he's a drill sergeant, he would know something, certainly. And they don't operate off of rules. Doc the Butcher's here. He says General Q it sounds like he's trying to kind of being a little like judgmental with that, you know? General Q, come on. That's what it seems like to me. Hello, Elliot Rodriguez, by the way. Muy tight.
Hey, Elliot.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh. These people, you guys act like you don't know anything. I don't know. I don't even know anything. I'm like the lowest level of guy at my gym. I'm the lowest on the totem pole. But here I am trying to inform you guys that the guys who lift a lot, the guys who do all that, oh, look at my trapezius. Like, oh yeah, like I'm super strong. I'm gonna beat you up. They're a bunch of clowns, okay? As the Punisher says, if you guys have watched Daredevil, hey, you guys are a bunch of clowns. That's how the Punisher is in the new show. I don't know if you saw that, but
I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but after Mandy said she wasn't really impressed with, Jim Rats, all of a sudden Patrick's giving this huge speech, about how he isn't one.
Yeah. You've cut to the core of it. Oh, it's Dr. Trujillo tonight.
Yeah, doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
means
see
he
what-
knows stuff.
You see what this is, guys? Okay, this is a classic, by the way. This is Comicsgate to the core. You try to have a show where you bring people on, you talk about their books, you have a great time, you talk about their whole history, and then people come in, and I use the word people lightly. People come in who are all like butthurt about you actually just trying to have a good time and talk to people. Like JJ here comes in here and talks shit on me. The only thing he's done this entire show is talk shit on me. I even bring him into the panel so that he can, calm
Patrick,
down. Oh,
this is Rich. Do I have to pull up the clip of when I brought you on my
pull
show?
up your clip and we'll watch it. Pull up your clip, Doctor.
All right.
Doctor.
All right, fine.
Yeah, we're going to check it out. We're going to watch the whole thing. The moment you bring it up, we're going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, just a second. This is going to be pretty enlightening.
I will be right back. Don't play it without me. I want to see this.
Yeah,
I need to be able to like put my input, but I'll be right back.
Fucking squeeze it out fast, okay?
Okay, I'm going. I'm gonna like
we're
super
going
fast.
Yeah.
I got you. Be right back.
JJ, you would embarrass me in front of Mandy? Like, what the fuck, man?
All right, sorry, I'll be your
Not
wingman
funny.
next time.
Stop laughing.
I'll cover for you next time. Next time.
Oh,
we get a
next
girl
time. Last time you said next time, and you keep making fun of me. Oh my god. I noticed that. What up, JJ? Says Woden Shot. I feel the same way Woden Shot feels. I feel like Woden and I are we're similar souls. We understand things. Patrick trying to score him some summers. Look, I'm just trying to have a nice time with everybody here. And this is the kind of stuff that happens.
Woden
Also,
Shot
Peter,
says,
go fuck yourself.
Woden Shot says cock blocking commandos.
That's not what it's about. Okay, so now it's a sausage fest. Romeo says, Romeo, don't pretend like you didn't from time to time engage in your own little sausage fests. Oh my god. And there's a new party time Patrick in the house. Don't even.
Okay, should
Shout
we,
out to
now that
Peter.
Mandy's not here, let's not tell her the secret, about the real reason why we brought her on, because we're trying to
Yes,
get in the
of
pants
course.
of one of the artists that she works with. We're
Right.
not talking about Dale. We're talking about the guy who created the Seekers.
We're talking
Transformers
about Peter
figures.
Gilmore.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say the guy, there's a guy who
you're talking
created
about somebody
the
else.
Seekers, the Transformers characters.
Oh, I
the
thought you were
airplane
talking.
Transformers. Yeah.
Well, that's awkward because I was.
I thought we were going to try to get him on,
Oh,
but-
well,
Oh, no.
I thought you were talking about Peter Gilmore, and I was
Okay.
like, how crazy would that be that JJ would bring him up? Okay, so here we are. Oh man, no bueno.
JJ, I thought you were pulling up a video. What are you doing?
Okay.
I have it, but I'm waiting
Yeah,
for
where's
Mandy.
the video?
I'm waiting
Oh,
for
thank
Mandy.
God, Mandy. We talked
We're
about nothing
prepping.
while you were gone. We stood here silent. Anyway, JJ, bring up the video.
Yeah, this is I got it. This is what
All right,
happened,
here
by the
we
way,
go.
Mandy, when I brought Patrick on my show.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, screw you. You disingenuous homosexual.
Yeah, see, that's what happened. He
Yeah,
just insulted me on
exactly.
my
He
show.
called me a homosexual, and then he's going to do what he does now, and he's going to gaslight and tell everybody that I'm not a homosexual, that I was interested in, Peter Gilmore, for instance. Like, why? Come on. Like, why would I ever be interested in him? But it's, you know what? This whole thing